Yes, sir. My name is Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, we are going to be looking at the best teams and equipments to build around Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan being the new one, the new GOAT, the new number one, the new king. Those are just extras, though. It's just the fact that he's the newest character, and people have been asking me the best way to build him. I've used him on many teams. I've used him on Fusion Warriors. I've used him on movies, Hybrid Saiyans, God Key. Anything you can think of, I was just slapping them on just to see what it looks like. And he's very versatile. So we're going to be looking at what you can do with him, and I'll tell you what I feel are the best options, and then I'll also go through some equipments, literally just a guide so that you guys can form the best teams if you are looking for some advice on how to go around using him. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We are on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be in the bottom of the screen. This is the YouTube channel. We've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out on all of those. This guy here, he's really the best unit in the game, which is very crazy. It's not even crazy, to be honest. It's Beast Gohan. Let's get into the video now. Okay, we're going to take this step by step, and we're going to start by building a Sagas from the Movies team. Now, there's two ways you can go about this, in my opinion, and I'm going to tell you which two ways you can go about it. So if you summon on the Beast Gohan banner and you have Beast Gohan, then you're going to be watching this video, right? Cool. What you're going to want to do, the way I go about building teams anyway, it just makes it easy. You want to work around having at least one color for everything. You don't always need one color for everything, but we're just going to do that for sake. So make sure you set this to element. In most cases, we already know who's OP and who's not. Don't assume people are OP because they're just certain characters in the anime. This is a game. It doesn't correlate. So you obviously set it by element. That's what I do. Leave it as descending. Then you go to filter as well. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to only turn on sparking and ultra. Then you change the episode. Sometimes it's character tag, but in this case it's episode, because we're going for Sagas from the Movies. So you can see Sagas from the Movies there. Press OK twice, and then you should get something that looks like this. It's literally just a list of sparkings and ultras who fit the criteria of Sagas from the Movies, and because you sorted it by element, you get blue at the top, green, purple, yellow, red. So you can easily sort out what color for each is important. Now Beast Gohan's obviously the main unit here, so we're going to put him at the top. He's going to be the main man there, and then we're just going to leave him there. We'll move him around later if it requires that. The best team, easily the best team to work with him, if you summon on the Beast Gohan banner and only the Beast Gohan banner, is obviously the two other units he comes with. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to select obviously Piccolo, and then the best support in the game, cute little Pan over there. So these are going to be your main three. Now what I've found is that because Piccolo is a regen unit, you could actually cross this over with slightly Hybrid Saiyans, on top of the fact that these two, I'll show you with Pan, they're both Son family members, but Piccolo isn't. So if you want to just max out the potential on this team, you obviously put Piccolo on the leader. That way, if you want to go for Zenkai boss, which I'm going to show you in a second, you can actually make the team a lot more valuable. So for Pan, if I actually come out the Sagas from the Movie section, you change filter, Sagas from the Movie, take that off. I suggest you actually go ahead and buff Gohan. You don't have to, but I feel like it works a lot more effective because he's also a melee type. And I found who buffs him well is the Pan that Zenkai'd recently, because she actually Zenkai buffs Son family, which is quite insane. Her Z ability is also Son family, and you get some strike attack out of it. So you can literally just max out Beast Gohan, which is very valuable. This Pan here, she's good because she gives HP as her Z ability, so you don't need to worry about anything like that from somebody else. Pan's got it covered. So you've got one Zenkai buff at Pan there, and I also found that FSK works well because she also Zenkai buffs the red Pan. Let me find the boy. There's FSK here. He Zenkai buffs Son family as well. Hybrid Saiyan, but it's blast attack. So you'd be making the team a lot more like globally based in offenses. It's not specific to one tag. You don't have to do it like that, but you can. And then for Piccolo, you don't have to Zenkai buff him, but if you wanted to, you could. Or you could go for another HP buff. So if I go back to my Hybrid Saiyans, you could do something like this. But if you didn't want to do something like that, you wanted to have more options maybe. So let's go back to Sagas from the Movies, right? Sagas there. And we still got the Sparking and Ultra selected. I'm going to take these three off, right? Just to show you some other contenders that are really good on the team. I don't have one of them, but I'm going to mention Cooler. But I feel like as a support, this unit is way better, and Beast Gohan is so good you don't need to consider Cooler, but you can definitely put him on the team. It's very, very valuable. Revhan, if you don't like Piccolo, if you don't personally want to use Piccolo, if you want to make it a lot more strike orientated, you definitely can put Revhan on the team. But then you can see it's basically becoming hybrid Saiyans with these three coming here. So it's like a hybrid Saiyan Sagas crossover. Just to show you the options that you could put. Tapion, if you have Pan, you don't need him. And I feel like in this meta where there's a lot of strong reds, with Pan coming in and Cooler still existing, you don't want him. But I also just want to mention that there's obviously one unit that I'm missing out, and the only reason I'm missing them out because I don't have them, but it's Broly. He's easily the most valuable purple over anything, and the most dominant trio you can definitely run as a movies team, in my opinion, if you have like loads of movies characters over the board, would definitely be the new Broly. You could run Cooler if you want, but Pan is a very good support. Put the Broly, the Ultra Broly on the leader slot. You can put him anywhere, no matter what. And obviously run Beast Gohan, it works around him. So that would be your Sagas team. The big trio, I would say the main trio you'd have is Ultra Broly, Beast Gohan, and then if you want to support, you can pick Pan. But if you just want to do straight damage in all types of ways, you put Cooler. Those are your main three, and then you pick others based around the Z ability, like I showed you with the first part. We're kind of going hybrid Saiyans, but you could also have other good Z ability buffers. So for example, if we look at Tapion here, does some good stuff for the team as well. A good one I want to mention, I set it to Sparking Ultra, but we go to Extreme. Goku, do not sleep on him. He's another HP buff, so if you run his run Cooler and you're not having Pan on the team, you probably have him 14 stars, so I want to mention him. And yeah, that would pretty much work. I have forgot about this guy, but the only reason I haven't mentioned him is because this is about Beast Gohan. So you're not going to really want to run two blues. If you really want to, you can, but I feel like that's pushing it. Beast Gohan has literally replaced him for Sagas from the movies, so you don't need to consider him. Sagas from the movies, wrapped up. Now we're going to do the same thing, and I feel like the only other optimal team that you should really run, unless you're just forcing leader slots on different other teams, he does have other options. So we have Sagas, Hybrids, and Sun Family, but I feel like Sun Family is kind of just a weaker tag, and you put a lot of units that are not really that great on. So I definitely just recommend these two, Hybrid Saiyans or Sagas from the movies. For now, at least anyways, things could change in the future, but we're going to restart the same way. You press the filter, Sparking Ultra, we're good there. Go ahead, set Beast Gohan up on the leader. We should actually change the character tag as well. So in this case, we're not dealing with a episode, we're dealing with a character tag. You go to Hybrid Saiyan, okay, sorted. Put the Pan on straight away. We already spoke about her before. She buffs Sun Family. We're going to be working with a lot of Sun Family members on this team. We don't need any more blues. All the other blues are pretty much just wacky. I'll tell you that straight up. I don't think you want to consider a green. I wouldn't advise doing so. I suggest just putting Revhan on, and actually you can just Zenkai buff him this way. Or if you want the strike one, you can go for that one there. If you just look at his Z ability, and if you look at that, you can see it's hybrid saying strike way. Whereas Goten, if we actually look at Goten, way more blast orientated, but it works the same way because it's all Sun Fam. And if we go to yellow, Future Gohan would be your man, and if you wanted a red, you'd obviously go with FSK as an offensive character. If you have him very high stars, I definitely recommend. But Pan is the woman of the hour, and her support is way more valuable, as FSK over here has been power creds. Power creds, 100%. Cool. So we got Pan there as your main support. Future Gohan, if you want to run a yellow, this guy would be Zenkai buffing your Revhan. I don't have him very high stars, but if you did, it'd be a lot better. You got your Zenkai buff for Beast Gohan as well. This team should work quite well and give you decent results. If you wanted to run a green, I wouldn't suggest doing so, but of course, you could slap on Ultimate Gohan here, Hybrid Saiyan Sun Family, Blast based. Well, he's Blast Z ability rather, but he's strike based. So you run on the Ultimate Gohan, and you could obviously Zenkai buff him with buff Trunks over here. You can see Hybrid Saiyan just works out. Strike attack and critical as well. That's if you wanted to run a green, and I give you the Zenkai buff option. But those were the two teams that I would recommend. In my experience, I would say you're kind of better off going with the Sagas Movies team because you can build it literally much easier. But if you are a hybrid guy, this is something I would recommend, something like this. You don't even need a yellow per se, because the way it works, Pan is doing all the supportive work. So if you wanted to take off future Gohan, for example, you can go for the HP, and then the HP is actually helping the whole team alongside Pan. So it just makes these two extra dominant, and then you've obviously got Pan supporting the team. Is very, very valuable. I don't need to go into much deeper explanation because there's much less units available for red, but it's just something I want to point out. Just want to look at Great Saiyaman here because his Z ability is also hybrid Saiyans, and he's Zenkai buff Sagas from the movie. So if you just wanted the extra option, you could take off the Zenkai buff for one of these two. For example, Beast Han probably doesn't need it. Beast Gohan probably doesn't need it. So maybe if you want a Zenkai Pan, Zenkai buff Pan, that's also an option you have. But I wouldn't do that because if she's a support, she's not meant to be the one doing the damage. So I just increase my odds where I'd want them, and that's putting all my eggs in the basket of the most powerful unit on the team. That's what I'd do. Obviously, if you're more familiar with hybrid Saiyans, definitely leave a comment section down below so that you can help out other people. But yeah, now it's time to look at equips. We're going to be going through some equips, so I'm going to literally do cut-ups of what equips I think are the most valuable, and I'll also mention what team you should use them on, or what team you can use them on, whether it's good on the two teams I showed you or any other team as well. So let's get into that. This one here, I want to fight base blast defense on the first slot, ultimate and special move, very valuable on the middle slot, and here is you have an option between damage to regen and health. I would definitely go for the HP. HP is very valuable as well. It's difficult to roll, but if you can get the special move and ultimate damage, it works on all hybrid Saiyans. Well, you can run this on him for any team and you get good out of it. There's this equip here, it's called Let's Go. I ain't said that in a minute, but it's for Sagas from the movies characters. It has a special move, but I'm only bringing this up because a lot of you guys don't like the awakening system. But of course, there is an awakened one. So if you can get the awakened one, which I have over here, you can see special move damage, strike attack. It's way better. It's the same thing but awakened, and it's Sagas from the movie Son family, which still works on Beast Gohan. So this is the one I recommend second. If you're running him strictly on movies, it's very, very valuable because you can get him to get strike attack per movies character. So if you're running him on movies, you can get raw strike attack, which is very, very good. That would be meaning if you have it 6% like I do, you can get it to 18%. It's an awakened equip. Hold on to my shoulder. The non-awakened one, I believe it still is a pure, but you definitely want to awaken it because getting 5 times free over 6 times free, that extra 3% pure can make a big difference. I believe the non-awakened one is 5%, but don't quote me on that. I'm giving you guys here the awakened one because it's the joint. It's what you want. Very good strictly hybrid Saiyan equip. So you can see here you get the defense at the start, but you get pure of both offenses, and it's up to 8%. So if you can max out the 8% on both of those, that's 8 times free. That's 24 pure for both blast attack and strike attack. Very, very valuable, but only strictly for hybrid Saiyans. That's what you want to know. This is the awakened one. The non-awakened one is terrible. This one here, awaken 3 times Kaioken Kamehameha, is for Son family in blue. You can see there's a lot of strike damage that you can get out of it. Literally 32.5, but you also get special move and blast defenses. It's difficult to get. I don't have it. It's an awakened one. Jarring, I know, but very much worth your time if you want to actually invest into this here. The last equip I want to mention here, the revived hero, strike health. You can see here if you've been building health, you're going to be building your health even higher, but you can get a lot of strike out of it, and then the HP is obviously very, very valuable when building anybody. So yeah, definitely take those in, and those are the best equips I would recommend. But yeah, man, hopefully this video was useful. Of course, if you guys have any recommendations for anybody else in the comment section below, like if you're really, really familiar with any of the teams, please feel free to actually give your own input. My word isn't law. So if you have any other things to say, leave a comment section down below because someone could definitely read it and you'd help them out. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this because I think I should. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, just to repeat that though. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be on the bottom of the screen. This is the YouTube channel, but we've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out on all of those. But yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one, man. Thanks for watching.